Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday afternoon call. It's July 9th, and time again, as always, is marching on. We're really moving forward. A lot of things are happening. Boy, a whole bunch of things are happening. And for everybody here, you want to be moving forward as fast as you can to take advantage of everything that's going on. And today we're going to have something special because you remember we've been asking people to join us and do participation here every week, and we haven't really been getting much of people actually coming in and helping us out here. But today we have a very special person, Regina, and she's volunteered. She volunteered last week to do it today, which was great. And her subject is the value of sharing a personal page, which sounds very interesting. And therefore, I would like her to start. We're running, a little behind, but hopefully she'll be able to really entertain us and give us some golden nuggets. So take it away, Regina, please.
Tom.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen.
there you go.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. For those of you who never met me, my name is Regina McJunkins. Today, I am going to share the value of creating and sharing a personal page. Each of us has experienced a BRT. One of the focuses in the triple R247.com community is on building relationships and trust. We call this the BRT. This is especially important when talking to the leads. But let's stop and think for a moment. How about our own community? Shouldn't we also have a BRT among ourselves? That BRT was introduced to you when you and a triple R instructor made contact. I think the answer is why not? People are more likely to feel a connection with you, but this BRT is going to be much different than with leads. This BRT is all about me sharing my personal page that I created. This personal page allows them to meet me, my background, my why, and my journey. Now I want to share my story. By sharing my story with you, I hope you can see that I am authentic and relatable. Also, think about creating your own story and sharing with this community. Can y'all see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay, because I don't know how to make it bigger.
Control and use the mouse wheel.
Control and mouth feel.
Is that what you're looking for?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our story from the holler to freedom. And the reason why I use the word holler is because I grew up in the South, from South Carolina. And the way we termed it is I lived up on the hill and Roger lived down in the holler, which he lived down in the hole lot. So it's kind of funny. But anyways, I would like to tell our story of me and my husband, Roger. I've known my husband since I was about 10, going on 11. He was a grade ahead of me in school, and even though we weren't close back then, he was already part of the picture, even if neither of us knew it yet. This picture right here, we went up to the mountains in North Carolina, and I love bears. So he took me to this bear statue, and we had our picture taken with our granddaughter. She was only like a couple months old there. It wasn't until I was about 13 when our story really began. He moved down into the holler, and I lived on a red, muddy hill. Our families rented from the same landlord. Between our houses was a pasture and a small country creek. Simple as this may sound, that little stretch of land became the start of something pretty big. We have been friends for years, but we really didn't start talking until my 24th birthday. From there, we dated off and on for about 6 years. Life took us through some turns, and one day we found our way back to each other. We got married in 2005, and now we are proud parents to 3 beautiful girls, one of our daughter's friends that we got custody of, and we also have a beautiful granddaughter that is 1 year old. Our story has grown from just us to a whole legacy in the making. Family roots and values. I grew up in a broken family. My mama and dad separated when I was 5 years old. Then my stepdad came into my life and stepped in like a father when he didn't have to. He already had 3 grown children. Now he was helping my mom raise me and my brother. Him and my mama worked odd jobs such as painting houses, roofing, and whatever it took to keep food on the table and the lights on. My husband's family had a similar story. His parents worked hard and did what needed to be done to make ends meet. From both of our upbringings, we learned early on in life that when times get tough, you don't just throw your hands up in the air. You dig deep within yourself, you push through, and you lean on faith that everything will be all right. That's the kind of strength that we have tried to pass on to our daughters. We've taught them the value of working hard, showing up early as being on time, and giving their best in all that they do. They have seen me fight through health battles, and they've seen their daddy stand by me every step of the way. Right now, I am in stage 4 chronic kidney disease, CKD. We've changed our diets, our habits, and just about everything to slow the progression down and to keep me as healthy as we can, meaning keeping me off of dialysis and from having to have a kidney transplant. The struggles that shaped us. Some of the hardest times we faced have come from my hospital stays. When I would be admitted into the hospital, we would need family to watch our girls while my husband stayed right there by my side. He spent the night at the hospital, then got up and headed straight for work. After work, he would check on the girls to make sure they had everything that they needed, and then he would come right back to the hospital to be with me. There have been times where he had to miss work completely. One particular time that really stands out in my mind is when he was working out of town during a storm. I had to be admitted into the hospital due to my potassium being extremely low. I had to call his supervisor to see if he could come home, and they let him come home. The very next day, the nurses made a mistake by stopping my IV, and this caused me to be paralyzed from my head down. I started getting sick fast, and Roger had to yell for the nurses to come help. It was one of the scariest moments of our lives, all because they misread my lab results. Situations like that didn't just test us emotionally, they hit us financially as well. Hospital stays meant missed work, less income, and a lot of worry. That's what lit a fire in us to find a better way. Something that could give us not just time freedom, but true financial peace and residual income. Our turning point. It was tough. We were with another program in 2017, and for a while we worked online from sun up to sundown and felt like we weren't getting anywhere. No matter how hard we tried, success seemed just out of reach. But everything changed in 2023. I started looking online for work from home opportunities. I started filling out forms with my information, and then one in particular form I filled out. Within 30 minutes, I received a phone call. It was from our instructor. I could feel sincerity and honesty just by talking with her. From the moment I spoke with our instructor, it felt like home. The training, the community meetings, the people. We were welcomed with open arms by people who genuinely want to help others succeed. That was the game changer for us. Now we get to build our team and run our business around our life and not the other way around. We work when we want to, and we still have time to take care of what matters most to us, which is our family and our health. Values we live by. At the heart of everything we do is family. Alongside that runs truth, honesty, integrity, and love. These are not just words to us. They're the foundation we've built our life and business on. When it comes to our marketing and how we show up online, we lead with compassion and honesty. We believe in being upfront, walking in integrity, and treating folks with the kind of respect we want ourselves. Whether you're just getting started or already on your path, we see you and we're cheering you on. We're not in this to get ahead alone. We're here to lift others up, to help families realize their dreams are not out of reach. All it takes is faith, trust, and the commitment to keep going when the road gets tough. You've read our journey, the heartache, the hustle, and the hope. Now it's your turn. If you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you're dreaming of time freedom, better health, and a life where your family comes first, then don't wait another day. We're here to walk this path with you, not just hand you a link and wish you luck. You'll get real mentorship, a community that's got your back, and tools that work when you do. Join our online community today and let's start building your streams of income side by side because your dreams are not out of reach. They're just waiting for you to grab hold. Let's get started together. Now, I'm going to go back up to the pictures. This picture right here, we took a trip one Sunday to Stump House Tunnel. And while we was there, we just had a family outing. I actually wrote a page about Stump House Tunnel. But when we left, we also went up to White Waterfalls, and there we got someone to take a picture of us together as a group. This picture here, we was heading back home from Orlando, Florida, from our first live event. and we stopped by Daytona Beach on our way home. And this one here was our second live event that we went to, which was in Orlando, Florida. Roger actually won the shirt contest.
Beat me
And-
out.
Yes, I did, Joel. But also that same night, Linda Horn had a wine label. She won the wine label. Sorry. And that's the end of my presentation.
Excellent.
That was fabulous.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Regina. That's excellent. Yeah. Now I have a question to ask you.
Yes.
Have you published your page yet?
Yes, I did.
And have you advertised it?
I have not advertised it yet.
I would definitely advertise it because you know what? Personal pages a lot of times get a lot more hits than just a sell page. So I would advertise it because that's gonna get you some hits. Especially when you're sharing a personal story. This is the kind of stuff people want to read. People love to read this kind of stuff. That is fantastic, Regina. Well done.
Thank you. I will post the link to that page in the chat.
So everybody click on it to give her some traffic.
Just
was-
don't click. Just don't click on the ads. If there's Google
I
ads,
don't
don't
have
click on the
ads yet.
Oh well, you're
I'm
getting
still
there.
working
Regina.
on it.
You just keep up the good work. You're getting there for sure.
Excellent job, Regina.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let me ask you,
yes.
Regina, have
Awesome.
you ever done anything like this before?
Like what?
Given a presentation?
I done one presentation on how to create YouTube videos
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
and the marketing, but nothing like this.
Okay. So how do you feel about now that you've done this? How do you feel about it?
I plead the fifth.
Do you feel like you've accomplished something that wasn't as hard as maybe you thought it would be?
It's not that hard. It's mostly nerves with me. It's nerves. And then
So it's easy. It would be relatively easy for anyone to do this. Is that correct? And you did it by writing it down first and then, reading from it, which made it easier for you, right?
I had help uh, with the slide and
Mm-hmm.
the Google Doc.
But it's not something to be afraid of.
No.
Oh, with a will, there's a way. And, if you need people to help you, you can do that. So the people that are here that have, not taken part in what we do here on Wednesdays, I want you to understand that it's not that hard. It's not that scary. Anybody can do it. You just want to set your mind, just like everything else that you have going, with accomplishing as financially. Here you want to have your goals to help you achieve what you want to learn personally, creating the BRT and being able to be in front of people. And this is family. We're close knit. You don't have to worry about anything. You can just present whatever you want. And hopefully today somebody will volunteer for next week. Connie, hello there.
I just wanted to tell Regina that that was awesome. I was in tears and I was ready to sign up at the end of it. So she definitely needs to post ads to that.
Yeah,
Thank
for sure.
you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Excellent. See that? Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, anybody else have any questions on or acknowledgement or accolades or anything you want to present?
I do. Where do you put that on your menu?
Floating. You don't have to put it in the menu. You can if you choose to, but you don't have to. You just have it floating. Or
You know, some
even
people have hundreds of pages. They're not all on the menus. Remember, there's a lot of floating pages. The way people get to see them is by you advertising that one particular page. When they go to that page to read what you have, it'll show the menu
Okay.
and all your categories. And that is what attracts them to your site.
Okay. All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
great question. Okay, any other questions like that, or anybody have a particular question they want
I have
answered?
a question. Who's going to volunteer to do next week? Come on, guys.
You can raise your hand, or you can do it on camera.
Or you can send us a note. Somebody volunteer.
We have 22 people here. Preferably, we want somebody that's never done anything like this before, because this would be your chance to think out of the box, get out of your shell, and be able to express yourself.
Could be absolutely anything. Anything you want to share.
See, Regina did great with her personal story. So,
It's wonderful.
mhm. So for the people who haven't done this before, who that hasn't done this before would like to show us your talents next week? I see you smiling, Angel. Angel.
you're muted though. You're muted, Angel. You're still muted.
Right. How do I stop that? There we
Okay,
go.
there we
There.
go. I'm on my phone, so I don't usually use it. So,
Yeah.
Ah,
but
oh,
yes, I'll step up. I'll do next week.
Excellent.
oh,
Thank you.
awesome
Thanks,
sauce.
Angel.
I do have a question though. I was working on my thank you page for the multifamily page that I got finished.
The thank you
But
too. Mhm.
it's flow. I saved the draft, but how do I
Mhm.
find it now?
The same way you
So is
find all your pages, you go to your dashboard and you look at the title. Search for your title.
Go into all pages and search for your title.
Even though
think
it's in
that's,
draft, it's still in alphabetical order.
yeah.
It's just not public.
Is that thank you two? Thank you dash
should be.
two? Is that what
Yeah.
that is?
You're muted again there. Oh, maybe she's not talking.
Okay, Angel, then just get with me during the week or by Monday at the latest. Let me know what you're going to do. You know, the title and what it's about. It'll give you enough time between now and then to think about it, to see what comes up online or any of the calls, you know, to give you ideas. And speaking about ideas, last night, you know, when Rory was doing that, the Tuesday night call, he said one word. I didn't write it down, but I'm thinking, you know, just because it's an hour long and you may know a lot of what's being said, you may not know, one word can make a big difference. And it was a word I didn't even, and I apologize, you know, I didn't even think about it, but I was thinking about Winston when he was talking about that, because just you get one word and then you can expand on that one word. So it's a key word that will, you know, mean something to you, and you can build a whole page on it, or you can add it to something you've already created, you know. What I want to do, which has to do with Google AdSense, is help Robin out today because she said she got Google AdSense. And what I want to do is actually have her give us the information on how she got it. So what we're going to do is, and everybody, we can help her too, because she said she's got everything. It's just a matter of way to put it. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually put up on the screen. I'm going to share my screen, and Robin, you can help me out too here. You can unmute, and hopefully this will be able to um, have the people that weren't here when Larry talked about it will be able to learn also from it. So you unmuted? Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And here's here's the information, the doc that Larry made. Now, I want to ask you, Robin, as we go down the list, what you have done. Okay. You said you have everything, you got it all, and you were just wondering where to put it on your website, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, starting from the beginning, you actually set up your domain. You have your domain set, your Google AdSense policy, you knew what to do, you knew how to write your pages, and you know how to advertise everything. That's preparing your website and all. Now it got to the part where you wanted to sign up for Google AdSense. Now, the first thing you did was you went to google.com AdSense start, correct?
Yes.
And then you filled out their information. You entered your website URL. You
Yes.
chose your email preference, which of course is always your business email. And you did then sign in to your Google account, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Great. Next, you connected your site. Your Google gives you a piece of HTML ad script, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you will be asked by Google AdSense to fix your monetization by adding a text. This is a .txt file. Now, when you download your text file from your Google AdSense URL, you send it via email to pbs1 at brunettemarketing.com. Is that correct?
I haven't done that part yet because I wasn't sure.
So then write that down. That's the next thing you do. Send that information to pbs1 at brunette.com. The subject of that text will be text.file from my PBS. And you put your PBS site in there, your four character website domain.com. Right? Then you message it. Say, dear awesome text for RR247. Then in the message of the email, you put, please add the attached .text file to my PBS. So you were telling me you were adding it to the first paragraph underneath the title and underneath the paragraph. You don't want to do that. So you want to get rid of all of that.
I didn't do that yet.
Okay. So the first thing that you need to do is send the email in with that code that Google sent you.
Okay.
Right. That's actually should be going to Matt, right, Donna? But it's just being addressed to pbs1 at brunettemarketing.com.
Yes. That keeps it separate from all the other tickets.
So again, folks, I can put this in the chat so you have the page that you can go to read this again. So for the people that are actually getting close again to wanting Google AdSense, you want to do this in this particular order. So then at this point, Robin, you did not get that script put in yet.
No.
Okay. So then we can't show you how I can show you, but what I want to do is when you get it, I want to do it on here so everybody can see it at the same time. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Or maybe somehow we can either that or make a recording of you doing it. We can do it together,
Okay.
and then I can show the recording here because this can be confusing and, everybody's worked hard enough to get Google AdSense and you want it as soon as you can. So once you get it, you want to really know how to do it. That's why we did have the meeting before with Larry giving this information to us, which we deeply appreciate it, Larry. So after you do that, then you'll be able to paste your text file, and you send it, right? And
Okay.
then you wait for 1 to 14 days and you get the email approval and the status and so forth. At this point is where we'll be able to put it on your website. Now, just quickly to show you where it would go is once you get the little piece of script, you want to go over here to appearance and you go down to, and you make note of this, Robin, too,
Yep.
and everybody, which is because what they're giving you is considered a widget. And there we go. Now, what you look at when you look at the ads on people's sites, mine never seems to come up. It will come up if I use incognito. Let's see, 6Y8E. I don't know why it never shows up on my screen. But you see, here's all those ads.
Yep.
This is where you would be placing your widget. You can place it on the right side, 1 or 2. You can place it on the bottom over here. Usually, you don't really want to place anything on the left side, but on the right side and also on all the pages. Okay. So what you do is you see these are all different Google. They're the same script. You say Google syndication. They're the same script, but I have it here 3 times under the left menu. That means 3 ads will be showing up from Google. 1, 2, 3. Now that'll show up on your homepage, and you also want it on your all your pages too. So there's a left side, and then there's the right side. So you click on the right side, and you see you take the same Google snippet or text point txt and put it in how many you want. You don't want to overload your pages with a lot of ads though. So I have 3 at max. Also put it on the footer, but that never seems to show up anywhere. But you can put it on the footer too. And remember, once you're through, just like everything, once you're through putting it in, you go up to the top and you save it. Update. I didn't do anything, so it's not, it's inactive right now. And that's where you place the ads, but we can do it together. Okay. But if you do go down to appearance, you go down to widgets, and then you put in, because when you open up yours, these will be blank. Okay.
Okay.
Or just
So
not there.
don't for the most part, except you may have it for the search bar up on top. You
Yeah.
should have it for the search bar, and now the our response for people to sign up, that'll be there. But of course, Google won't until you put it in. So it's not hard to do. It's just a matter of doing it, and therefore you want to make sure you have this. So what I'm going to do, if I can, Larry, hopefully, let's say, I'm going to share this because last time I did it, anyone with
Yep.
a link, viewer, I copy the link, and I'm going to just stop the video, stop the sharing, because otherwise I won't be able to put it in the chat, and placed it there. So everybody that's here, copy that, keep it. You should be able to bring it up without having to ask for access to it. Also in the chat, you see Regina's story URL. I want to click on that. Okay, our story from hollow to freedom. Excellent.
The link
Okay.
that I shared is the direct link to her page. The first one is just doing a search for our story. The second one is the direct link.
Yeah, the first one for her page.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the
Yep.
first one is not correct because that's when you do a search. Remember, anytime you do a search, folks, for anything, you look at the URL and it'll come up with that question mark if you're looking in the chat that I'm talking about. That's a general search. And what you want to do to get the actual link is to click on the title of the page that you want to bring up, because when you do a search, you can be bringing up 2 or 3 or more pages. So you want to click on the title for the exact page you're looking for, and then that'll bring up that page. Yeah, Regina?
I do have a question. What categories would I post ads to that page?
What category would you post ads to your own
question.
page?
Good
Yeah,
question. Yeah, to that.
our story.
Communities one.
Community for sure. Let's see.
Any input, guys? What kind of ad would you put out? That's what you're asking, right?
What? No, the
Yes,
ad
the
category.
category. Yeah, the category.
Well, I don't know. First of all, it'll be depending on what classified ads you're working
well,
on.
Just
Do
for example, let's
announcements?
do.
It's just
Yeah,
general.
announcements would be good. Announcements would be good. Yeah.
Would it be
just out of
personal?
curiosity.
Could be personal, right?
Yeah, you can absolutely do personals. Yeah, you do personals, announcement,
Miscellaneous.
Announcements. Yeah.
miscellaneous, entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. There's 4 right there for you, Gene.
Yeah, self-help and personal growth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe free stuff. Maybe that's it. Maybe because I mean it is just information, right?
And remember, folks, that's a floating page. There's no menus on it. It's out there in the universe. And whoever comes across it, if they want to read about it, they'll click on her link, the Our Story link. They'll get to that page. And when they get to that page, it'll bring up all the other categories too. And then while they're there, they'll say, holy cow, look at all this stuff on the left-hand side, man. What's this? Oh, free stuff? Oh, let me click on that, and whatever. So the object there is to get personal pages or to get individual pages put up there, especially, if you're going for Google AdSense, but you don't want to, you want to always make sure your prime pages are done first. And then you add to your personal pages because you want to make sure you're drawing traffic to your site. All right. So they read her page and they see everything on the left-hand side. As Rory says, everybody reads from left to right. So automatically their eyes are going to go to the left and they'll see everything else there, and whatever strikes their fancy, they'll, click on it. Also, after you got Google AdSense, on the right-hand side where Google puts their ads, now those ads will also be on your personal page. And if people see something in the ad, they can click on that. And you can get money from Google. I've been having problems, Donna, with mine, and I still have to, figure it out with the Google payment. They want information there that I don't know where to get it from. It has to do with the taxes because, you pay taxes. Google won't pay out until you make $100 in commissions
Right.
from Google. So I'm getting, very close to that. And I have a warning across the top, things that need to be added. So if I need some extra help, I'll come to you, Donna.
Yeah, tell me what they're looking for, because
Yeah,
somebody else might have that same
yeah,
issue.
it has to do with taxes, of course, the tax form, but they came out with a tax form W-9 or something that I have no idea what that is, And it's not like your normal 1099 form or something like that. So I've been putting it off for weeks, but
Okay,
I
I
really
can
need.
help you with that, I think.
Okay. So speaking about helping us, I had that. Okay, what I want to do is I want to stop our sharing now.
Recording. Yep.
Yeah, our recording. That's what I meant. And I want to thank Regina for doing this today. You're fantastic. You kept me on my edge of my seat, and I loved that story of yours. And thank you for presenting that to us. And
Thank
see
you.
you,
You're welcome.
everybody, next week. Hopefully. Angel will be here next week to give us some interesting information. Right? Thank you.